Hey guys and gals, Nary here from Drakewing Gaming, and some of you know me on Twitter, the Gaming Drag. Today I'm coming back at you another Let's Play episode of Undefeated. That's right, Build 4 is out, and I am very excited to jump right in, or Round 4, as it's been called by its creator. So anyway, y'all, the last episode ended with Bruce actually asking Xander for help, so let's see how that turns out, shall we? Alarm Chan, you are up, and let's go. Alright. I need your help. What? There's a rage bubbling underneath that question. It sounds more like a statement. I need you to help spot me on the bench. He points to the bench presses on the other side of the room. Now, I don't think I can say that within the first 30 seconds, so, F off! Listen. He speaks under his breath, leaning in. No, you listen. I'm not sure where this bravery is coming from. It's boiling over. I can feel my heart beating fast. I've been down here for a month, and every day has been a living effing hell. Xander. You and your fucking goons, your fanbase, or whatever you want to call them. Stop. Anytime you or your friends see me in the halls, they... In an instant, he moves closer, his massive hand easily covering my face, holding my jaw shut. I space my legs out, letting the treadmill run underneath. Bruce speaks quiet, not breaking eye contact. Shut the fuck up for a second. Don't turn your head, but know that we are being watched. Right, the camera's in the corner. I thought those were for security. This is the only way I can talk to you right now without people asking questions. But I am being as gentle as I can, so I'm sorry if it hurts. Behind me. He nods his head in one direction. There's a bench press in one corner directly underneath the camera. There's a narrow blind spot in the cameras, right where the lighter's head sits. Lifter's head sits. You're gonna spot me while I bench. The cameras have bad microphones, so we're going to speak quietly. You got that, nerd? Bruce's voice raised as he spoke that last one, giving me a gentle shove backward. Now get off your lame-ass treadmill and spot me. He starts stomping towards the bench press. I follow behind. Drayden isn't going to be happy when he finds out I did more than just a walk on the treadmill. Your dumbass doctor can take it up with me if he's got a problem. Ha! Figured a big guy like you wouldn't need a spotter. And I figured a little fucking nerd like you would bitch about gym safety or whatever. Shut up. Bree starts racking the weights, effortlessly lifting a few 100-pound weights onto either side of the bar, and lays down on the bench. Get back there and get ready to work, loser. It's a weirdly tight fit back here. I'm basically pressed between the back corner and the barbell. Bruce's hands grip the thick iron bar and start to lower it down. Don't you need help? He spits out a chuckle and rumbles. I'm not about to get Drayden breathing down my ass. Would need you for this anyway. He grunts and pumps the bar once, twice, 3 times. Sorry. There's a weird pause while Bruce does another rep. Okay? For being an ass. Am I supposed to forgive you? Probably not, if you have any dignity. He grunts a bit as the barbell moves up. My guess is there's a lot going on that you don't really know about. Wish someone would fill me in. I don't have the full picture either. I can't ask too many questions, but I smell bullshit. How are your ribs? Not as good as you before you tried to kill me. Hey, I didn't... He catches himself before his voice gets too loud. I didn't mean to step on you like that. I'm sorry. And I'm sorry for the cafeteria thing. I had to keep my reputation. And for knocking me out the first fight? I mean, it's a fight, right? My unimpressed face seems to get through to Bruce, whose cocky smile returns to a blank expression. I'll try to be nicer in the future. Cool, and I'll try to not get steamrolled in my mandatory beatings so your fans can keep sucking your balls online. Bruce closes his eyes, his face twisted in some sort of strange frown. Sorry, I didn't mean for it to end up like this. But you did mean to crush my ribs. Jesus, Zan, it was an accident. Like it or not, I'm huge and you're small. I get too hyped up for the cameras and I wasn't watching where I was walking. I'll try to be more careful. But I did not... Hey! His voice growls on that last word, drawing my attention back to his eyes. He sounds urgent, yet nearly silent, speaking through gritted teeth. I'm trying my goddamn best to keep you in one piece without getting the old man on my ass without keeping the audience pumped. The old man? The commissioner? You think it's gonna look good when this big bad champion suddenly starts fighting like you're made out of glass? He's already bitching about the shit you said online. He pumps that barbell up and down, his massive biceps bulging and tensing as it moves. I gotta play it up to the crowd, or he's gonna get suspicious and make you fight one of the other depraved fucks that want my title. Just be glad you got paired up with someone that likes their opponents alive. Oh, so I should be thanking you for only breaking my ribs. Yeah, it wouldn't hurt. You're not the only one with a lot on the line. Right, I'm risking my life and you're busy brown-nosing to your boss. Bruce racks the barbell and lets out a deep growl. Looking down at him now, he's sweating quite a bit. He doesn't make eye contact, taking a few deep breaths before speaking. I just want to make sure we're on good terms. I don't want to hurt you. Well, you have a weird fucking way of showing it. Whatever. The dinosaur gets up off the bench and stops toward the door. I'll see you in the next match, loser. Thanks for nothing. Like before, his voice was much louder than normal. I make my way up toward the treadmill, and I can hear him stomping all the way down the hall. God, what a fucking creep. Just seeing him makes my blood boil. Good terms, my ass. I don't know what he expects me to say. He spent the last 2 fights enjoying himself while I ended up in the fucking ER. Cafeteria, the weigh-in, anytime I see him, shit starts to go south. I'm surprised he didn't try anything with Bucky earlier today. Granted, Bucky folded him with a single punch, but he didn't seem too upset about it. Not upset enough to try anything now, at least. It is weird that he didn't try anything, I'll admit. Maybe it'd look worse for him on camera since there's no one around, or maybe there's no one for him to gloat to. Whatever, apologize, what a fucking joke, as if he's risking anything in these fights. And my mood is spoiled thanks to that jackass. Coming down off that adrenaline rush, I can feel just how exhausted my body is. I guess now is as good a time as any to try and get some sleep. Damn, time flies when you're recording these videos. 2:30 a.m. Christ, yeah, for just reading that, the tiredness sinks in a bit more. The hallways are so wide when I'm on my own. I've usually got Redline nipping at my heels, but he hasn't been around today. Much today. But as I pass by the library to take the other staircases up, I see him. He's walking down from the immersion chamber. He looks rattled. Everything alright, Redline? He jumps, his ears straightening out, then folding down. Oh, hey man, yeah, I'm alright, just had a run-in with Bruce. Ew, did he say anything? No, just asked me if the immersion chamber was free. He seemed upset. Doesn't he always look upset? We start walking up the back staircase. No, he usually looks pretty angry. He's got resting beast face, but this was more bummed. I don't know, it's hard to read him sometimes. What are you doing up this late? Couldn't sleep. Had a hell of a day. You? Same, yeah, I think I'm ready for bed. So, Bruce didn't say anything about me? Nope, he just grumbled what I think was a thank you. Why? I rant to Redline about everything that just happened at the gym. He seems confused. So wait, he apologized? Yeah, can you believe that? I mean, honestly, kind of. We both stared at each other for a second. You're not serious. I mean, yeah, he's kind of an asshole, but like, I don't know, man, he was always nice to me whenever we got a chance to talk. It was shitty of him to do what he did in the cafeteria. I raised an eyebrow. And, I mean, everything else, too. I was kind of hoping that was all just random outbursts. So I'm supposed to forgive him because he's been nice to you a few times? No, of course not, but just like, I don't know, man, it sounds like he's not happy either. Maybe he's not your enemy in all this. Sure, the guy beating the shit out of me isn't my enemy. Lay down on my bed and roll over. That's not... Good night, Redline. He's quiet for a few seconds, then he flicks the light switch. The room goes dark. Night, Xander. Today felt like one absurdly long dream. The kind you wake up and feel like it all happened, and it takes some convincing for you to believe it was all fake. Yep, that's been happening to me lately. But I think my body's ready to give out from exhaustion. Early morning practices are normally fun, but I'm not exactly allowed to participate, what with my ribs and all. I actually managed to sleep well, for all 4 hours I managed to get. But still exhausted? It's hard to explain. For the first time in a while, I feel a little lighter. It also helps that I don't have to exercise. These cardio drills look killer. Bucky's having them focus on speed and conditioning today. Come on, boys! I want to see you sweat! If your shirts don't look like you just got back from a swim, we aren't finished! Let's move! The sick bastard's enjoying this. I'm seated up on the countertop watching the rest of the men get tortured. Good cardio is one of the most important tools to have in any sport, especially in MMA. Our bodies are moving at high intensity for potentially long periods of time. Sometimes the two fighters have equal strength and skill sets. It can come down to whoever has better conditioning. If you get exhausted too easily, you'll slip up and get caught. Get caught out. One mistake is all it takes sometimes. I can't afford to make those kinds of mistakes. None of us can, of course. Second, y'all. Water time. And there goes all my water. Damn it. I can't exactly remember a time when my cardio was terrible, but with how much Bucky makes us sweat, anyone would think that we're just horribly out of shape. Right now, there's 10 guys, Redline and a bunch of people that I assume are his friends, each at a different piece of equipment. They use it at high intensity, and after half a minute or so, they all rotate to a different workout. Bucky gives them a single-minute break every 20 or 30 minutes. It's hard to keep track, but after a couple of sets of that, he's finally given them a few more minutes to rest. Redline slides down the wall away from his friends. He is oddly quiet today, but he's panting like a dog, so maybe he's just as exhausted as the rest of the others. He guzzles down a load of water, silent, save for the huffing and puffing. Don't go getting too comfy, boys. 2 minutes and we're playing Bucky Says. A collective groan from the other guys. But both Redline and I catch each other's glances. He looks over to his group of friends, then back to Bucky. Normally he'd ask me if he can work with his friends, but today it seems like he doesn't have any choice. I'm not able to train today, Red, but you know you don't have to ask for permission to train with your friends. Redline looks down and shakes his head. He swallows. Bucky, can I? Never mind, sorry. Sorry? What's up? Nothing. His friends all laugh out at some joke and Redline looks away. Alright. Bucky says as a game Bucky makes us play to practice combinations. I think it's supposed to be like Simon says, but he never actually says Bucky says, so we just do whatever he tells us. We each get paired up with someone and we all put on our gloves. Bucky calls out a combination of punches and one person has to mimic that, while the other person catches the punches against their gloves. We take turns throwing and blocking with each combo. It's genuinely good practice, but Bucky has to keep reminding people that this is meant to exercise our speed and muscle memory, not power. That doesn't seem to stop people from swinging hard. Whatever, don't stoop to that level. Redline really seems to be on the receiving end for a lot of it, honestly, but I can tell he prioritizes speed over power, at least in training. I gear up and Redline finds a training partner. Some Lynx guy. He's got insane reach. I thought I recognized him from the group of guys that Redline hangs out with, but right now, he's barely even looking at the cat. Mikey? Mickey? Something like that. Alright, you boys ready? The rest of them let out an exhausted yell, but Redline just huffs and readies his stance. Sorry, did you want to go first? He speaks just loud enough for me to parse, almost like he's embarrassed to be heard. Mickey just grunts. He looks bored. His hands come up as though he's holding training pads, and Bucky yells out the first combination. Ready! 1, 2! Each number corresponds to a specific strike. 1 is a jab, and 2 is a straight. Very basic beginner combo. Redline snaps his jab out towards his right, and a straight toward Mickey's left. Easy enough. 1, 1, 2! 2 jabs and a straight. Mickey sends a jab out once against Redline's glove, and then again. Redline's glove move with his other hand moving up as if to catch his straight. There's a split-second pause, and he sends his straight out for Redline's other glove. Dude! Redline notices his mistake and shakes himself awake. Sorry! Mickey just grunts and readies his hand for the next combo. 1, 4, 1, 1, 4, 5, 2, 3, 5, 2. What the fuck? Jab, jab, rear hook, lead uppercut, straight, lead hook, lead uppercut, straight? Straight? That's a lot right out of the gate. Bucky's got a mean grin on his face. Redline nods and steps up. He jabs, hooks, hesitates, then jabs again and pauses. Sorry, I like this music. The rest of the guys are finishing their combos, but Mickey has to shake his gloves to remind him of what the next strike in the series is. It takes some doing, but after some slow thinking, he finishes the combo and drops his gloves, letting out a sigh. 1, 2, 5, 2, 3, 6! Okay, a little bit less confusing. Jab, straight, lead uppercut, straight, lead hook, rear uppercut. Redline's hand comes up, ready to catch the cat's punches. He sends his jab, straight, uppercut. Redline wasn't ready for his straight punch, and his head moved unexpectedly into the path of Mickey's glove. He steps back, shaken. Come on! No, He rubs his nose, chest starting to heave faster. He's breathing a bit too fast, even though we've lowered the intensity from the training earlier. He looks to his friends, laughing, and then to Bucky. The kangaroo's aggressive expression lightens as he sees Redline. Alright, Red? Redline backs up away from the rest of the guys and starts shuffling toward the door. Sorry, I have to go. Sorry. What's up? The rest of the fighters are too busy laughing amongst themselves at something else, so no one really catches the scene beside me, Mickey, and Bucky. Redline sheds his gloves and exits, trotting off down the hall. Mickey just sighs and looks at us, almost annoyed. Did you hit him hard? I tried not to. He moved into the glove. Shadow box for the rest of the exercise. Lynx rolls his eyes and starts his exercise. Bucky turns to me and drops his voice. What the hell was that? No clue. He messed up a few times, but I didn't think it was a big deal. It didn't look like that hard of a punch either. Nah, someone could knock him out and he still wouldn't freak out like that. Something's up. You heard anything going on? I start to speak up, but I'm drowned out by the sounds of Redline's friends laughing way too loudly as one of them gets knocked down. He hasn't said anything. I don't like that. Can you keep an eye out for him? Bucky moves past me to help out the guy that just got knocked down. Practice ended, and I couldn't find Redline, even in our room. I eventually caught him eating dinner later that night, but he acted like nothing happened. A few more weeks passed by without much going on. Training, eating, sleeping, good stuff, I suppose. Haven't really run into Bruce since the encounter that night, and Redline is a little bit more sparse than usual. I see his friends wandering around without him. Maybe they all got fed up with how much he talks too. Doesn't matter. I need to get ready for my next fight. Matchmaking day came and went with a no-show from Bruce, just like last time. I've been training for near a month now, after getting the okay from Drayden under supervision of Coach Bucky, and the fight's coming up soon. But first, the hardest challenge I'd have to face since coming down here. Are you ready? Are you ready to go? Please don't make me do this. It's going to be fine. I feel sick. Jesus, Sandra, it's a retirement party, not a funeral. Oh my. Oh my. Hello there. Oh, woo. Right, a retirement party. They throw these kinds of things for every big-name fighter that gets released from Fang. You missed the last, well, all of them, so I'm making you come. The doctor's orders. Drayden told you to make me go to the beach and get drunk with your friends? Drayden said exactly those words, yes. Should I call him and double-check? I don't think he'd appreciate being interrupted from his important doctor work, so maybe just leave the phone in the bedroom, alright? It's a party. We get to socialize. I'm not necessarily adverse to parties, but I prefer it when I know the people I'm going to be seeing there. I don't even know who's retiring. You're gonna have fun, I promise. Let's go. Is that all you're wearing? Redline rolls his eyes. Well, duh, dude. It's a beach party. Everyone's gonna go swimming. I don't know, man. I feel like most people are gonna bring a shirt at least. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and pause it right there. Thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ring that notification bell. Leave a super thanks or tip if you can. It always helps. It's good to be back and undefeated, y'all. Anyway, I love you all. I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye!